Hello, welcome to Tea with Phoebe D. So, what even is reparenting? Reparenting is when we as adults become the parents that we needed as a child. A lot of us don't get the parenting we needed for a multitude of reasons. And because of that, there are things many of us don't learn, like boundary setting, emotional safety, belief in ourselves, and even what a loving relationship looks like. Now that we are adults and have learned about these things in our heads, we sometimes still find ourselves acting from really small and immature places. And that's because our hearts and bodies haven't been informed of the knowledge that our heads have. Our childish beliefs are still running part of the operation because they haven't been updated. We sometimes let them make decisions in parts of our lives, and then we wonder why we don't see the results that we want as adults. So by accessing your inner child and reteaching it, reparenting it, giving it the love, safety, and belonging that it deserves and needs, it can relax and let the adult part of you take over the decision making in that part of your life. So as an example, when I was a child, I was taught directly and indirectly that it was dangerous to listen to myself and to trust myself. So as a young adult, I was fairly unable to listen to and trust myself and had a hell of a time making important decisions and really knowing my own agency. So this part of me believed that trusting myself was dangerous, so I didn't do it. When I started to reparent this part, what it really wanted was for me to be safe, and it was trying to achieve this by me not trusting myself as I was taught. But as an adult, I realized that that was untrue, and I offered it safety, showed it how distrusting myself was actually more dangerous, or it could lead to potentially dangerous situations, and showed it how trusting myself was actually the most solid base of safety that I could stand on. How I couldn't control the outcome of my choices, but I could be solid and happy with the choices that I made, regardless of the consequences. And then she could relax and let my inner adult make choices without kiboshing them. Now I'm doing way better at listening to and trusting myself. Because the adult me is more making those kind of decisions. So that's what reparenting is. And now let's do a guided meditation to help you do the same. So just find a place that's comfortable. You can stay where you are. You can be seated, laying down, it doesn't matter. And know that if at any point in time, I think I mentioned this in the meditation as well, but if at any point it gets too overwhelming for you, you can just come back to the room. You can open your eyes. You can focus on what your body feels like. Sometimes reparenting work can be triggering or just difficult to face. Sometimes the ways that we weren't parented. And so just go into this with gentleness and an open heart towards yourself. So on to the guided meditation. Begin your reparenting meditation by coming to stillness in a seated position. Feel your body heavy on the ground, rooting down into it. Know that you will always have the safety and stability of the earth to draw on and hold you during this and any process. If at any time you feel overwhelmed, please feel free to open your eyes, wrap up in a blanket, and get cozy, feeling into the stability of the earth and the floor and of your body on it. So take a few deep breaths now into your body, allowing it to become heavier with every exhale and really coming home to yourself. I'd like to invite you now to scan your body-mind and feel into a place within you that feels little or childish, your inner child. And just allow it to show itself to you however it comes. It could be an image of a child, of you, an image of something else, a character, a sensation in your body, a message, or anything else. It can come in many different forms. Just let it arise and really focus on it. Be with it for a few breaths. Now I invite you to project it out in front of you as if it's sitting in front of you, looking at you. Notice all the details about it that you can. How do you feel seeing your inner child? And how do you think your inner child feels? Can you ask your inner child or feel into what does your inner child need the most to thrive? Just allow the answer to come to you and listen for what your inner child says. And now asking, what does this child need to relax and thrive and play? What would it need to know, see, or feel in order to do that? Now I'd like to invite you to scan your body-mind for a part of you that can maybe offer this child these things, or this thing, depending on what it's said. So if it needs unconditional love, scan your body and see if there's a part of you that can offer this child unconditional love. If it's unconditional belonging, search for a part of you that genuinely, unconditionally can claim this child. And if your child needs to know that you will never leave it
or that it will be protected. Look for a part of you that can protect it, that will unconditionally love it and never leave it no matter what. So just scan your body, mind for the part or parts that can meet this child's needs. And really notice this part of you and allow it to fill your body entirely. Like if it's unconditional love, become unconditional love in every cell of your body. So whatever it is, become this part of you. And now I'd like to invite you to extend these things to the child sitting in front of you. The love, the safety, the belonging, whatever is needed, offer these to your inner child like a warm blanket surrounding it. They may not accept them or be wary of them, and that makes sense and it's okay. Don't force it. It often takes time, but you can just let them know that these things are here for them whenever they're ready to try them out. So just offer these things to your child now. And does this part of you want to say something to your inner child? Imagine it speaking to your inner child now, whatever it wants to say. And you can let your child know that it doesn't need to make decisions about your adult life anymore. That's not a child's place. The other part of you that came forward can help guide and advise your adult self to make your adult decisions. Your little child can be free to play and not worry about protecting you. If it's not sure that it can trust that, you can show them all the adult decisions you've made in your life. By doing so, you can show them that you can make decisions for your present self. Now imagine a place within your body where your inner child will be the most safe and comfortable, where your child can play and rest. Now you can thank your inner child for having the courage to show up and tell you what it needed. And you can invite your child to this place that you imagined within yourself and just see it resting or playing in that place. Coming now to an awareness of yourself as a whole, with this little child part integrated. Allow yourself to get used to this other powerful part, now been given the power to help you make decisions instead of your child. I invite you to send gratitude to yourself now for taking the time and courage to do this meditation and get a better idea of how you can reparent yourself. We are humans with a community within us. Our health is our community working together and fulfilling the needs that arise within us. We are capable of meeting our own basic needs as adults to the extent that we can then be in relationship with others from a stable and healthy place. When you feel ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes, open your eyes, and come back to the room, knowing that you can have this kind of relationship with every part of you. Your meditation is now complete.
Hey, welcome back. I hope that the meditation was informative and interesting for you. I hope that you were able to access that part of you. And there's a lot of places that you can go with this, with your inner child. Sometimes we need to talk more with our inner child or set boundaries with it. Sometimes we need to kind of travel back with it and stand up for it. There's kind of a lot of different things there. So if you have any questions or comments, if you're interested in my coaching, you can find me at phoebed.com. That's PHOEBED.com. And I would really love to hear in the comments below what you thought of this meditation and what your biggest takeaway was from it. This week, I would really encourage you to take 5 minutes and actually set your timer for 5 minutes. If 5 minutes is too long, just do it for 1 minute. And every single day for 2 weeks, if possible, connect to your inner child and just give your inner child love. Just connect, give it love or safety or whatever it was it needed. And this is important so that this part of you doesn't kind of get forgotten or neglected or ignored again, because a lot of times we do that to our inner child, possibly because as children that's maybe what happened to us sometimes. So just be really cognizant of that. It can even be like while you're driving or washing the dishes, just connect inside. It's pretty easy to do and it goes a long way. If you liked this meditation, you might like some of my other guided meditations, like how to find your inner badass or how to find your inner feminine. So you can look for those. And I hope you have a wonderfully messy human week. like always.